Welcome back. You're watching AIM Agenda. In the last couple of days, the OECD has warned that the world is in the worst energy crisis since the 1970s. On the flip side, the CSIRO is warning that climate change is affecting Australia's weather patterns, and we should expect to see more fires, more droughts and prolonged hot weather. So this week, world-leading experts in both nuclear and electricity generation will attend the Nuclear Energy Forum at Parliament House. Nationals MP David Gillespie joins us. It's a really tough spot Australia's in at the moment. We're moving towards renewables. We are resource rich. There's pressure to do things about climate change. So what is the solution?
Well, that's why we're having this forum. We've brought the engineers to town. They're all experts in nuclear energy, nuclear power plants and electricity grids. We've embarked on a decarbonisation transition program, but all these expert engineers, led by A.D. Patterson, Robert Parker, all these experts, they are really concerned that we are going to have major deficiencies of electrical energy, rationing, blackouts, so on and so forth. So look, I've been quite comfortable using nuclear medicine in my medical career, and it's evolved extensively over the years, just like cars and iPhones have. And the same in nuclear energy. The small modular reactors are the pinnacle of evolution. Smaller, less, much more compact, but really efficient. And we are proposing that they can replace the retiring coal-fired power stations. They're very, very safe. They're designed to be safe.
You didn't mention one of the biggest detractors here, and that is how expensive it is. How do you get around that?
Well, look, that's what's also being discussed. It's not just talking about electricity. We have got several reports we are launching today, including one that dissects the CSIRO badged Gen Cost report. It's got the CSIRO badge on it, but it was done by other engineering people. And CSIRO has a non-disclaimer at the back of their report saying they don't vouch for it. So it's really disappointing that their brand has been used. And this economic analysis shows that it's got faults all the way through it. That's one of the reports we're going to be releasing before our Q&A forum with the engineers. They'll be doing all the talking. It's not going to be me, a politician. I and the Parliamentary Friends of Nuclear Industries, it's a non-partisan, multi-party group that we set up in the last Parliament, and we've reconvened this time, and we are giving them a voice for them to explain to the press, to members and senators, and to other influential players in the energy markets, the faults of the integrated system plan, and also an explanation about nuclear energy and what's happening with small modular reactors around the world, explaining how we manage waste, all the things that people want to know. It's not waste for a start. It's safely managed. There are processes around the world. They reprocess spent nuclear fuel. There's all these issues that we want to give the engineers the chance to explain to all of us here in Parliament and all the media how advanced it is and how it could get lower prices, not higher, much lower prices and much more reliability.
On a more macro level, I mean, it just returned for the US, as you know, David, and there is a real push there for the US to become energy independent. Do you think this is something that Australia should be doing?
Oh, definitely. Look, we have been energy independent. We've got huge uranium resources. It's just that we choose not to use them. We are a nuclear-ready country. When you look at the United Arab Emirates that went from sand dunes and no nuclear industry whatsoever, in the space of 10 years, they've decided, they decided years before, but they've constructed and have operating 3 huge nuclear plants and a 4th on the way. And they started from scratch. But we've run 3 nuclear reactors. We've got about 1,400 people employed in ANSTO. We have signatories and committees and part of all the non-proliferation agreements. And we have got a huge head start on a country like the Emirates, which has successfully started it. And countries around the world are lining up. Even at Sharm el-Sheikh and COP27, everyone was talking nuclear. We don't want to be like we were with rat tests when we finally get around to realising we need to not have more renewables. We need an adequate replacement for the coal and gas that everyone wants to not have, but we've got to have an adequate replacement. Nuclear will help support renewables. Renewables are valuable too, but to integrate them into an electricity grid is really difficult, and it's very, very expensive. That's why you see your prices going up, despite this mantra that's saying renewables are cheap.